Hello and good evening, Team Philippines. Welcome to the official Miss Earth Crown coverage of Miss Philippines Earth 2021 with a theme of Colors of the Earth. I am Marky Gatchalian and I am your main host for this evening. So, our team is back with a new segment and we have beautiful guests for you. So, I hope you stick with us and engage. So, and speaking of my team, the show will not be complete without my colleagues. So let me introduce to you my partners, the MEN or Men of MEC, Eman and Nonoy. So let me call on Eman first. Hi Eman, please say hi to everyone.
Hello everyone! Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat wherever you are in the Philippines or in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Eman Feliciano. Welcome back to us and welcome back to you, our Earthlings. This is our first episode after a while, right? So we are back with a brand new season of Miss Earth Grounds coverages. And this time we are doing the coverage for Miss Philippines Earth 2021. And I'm really, really excited because our first episode, we're going to begin the season with a bang, right? Because we have two very beautiful, talented, and smart individuals who are joining us today.
Thank you so much, Eman. So let me also call on to complete the team, the MEN or Men of MEC, Nonoy.
Ako ba yun? Charot. Hello guys! Hello guys, we missed you! Ano naman kayo? Comment naman kayo sa ating chat box, sa ating comment section if you missed MEC because we want to see you engaged in our conversation for tonight. And speaking of engagement, dahil nga brand new season, I'm gonna share this one. We are asking you guys to do some temperature check right now and make your presence be felt. I'm gonna share
That's
this.
true.
This is going to be our engagement for the fans for tonight. We are going to start off with our MEC Menti Poll of the night when I get to see where the
Wow.
link is. Ayan siya actually. The link is actually here, guys. You will have to go to menti.com. Simply look for menti.com on your Google Chrome or Safari, and you will have to type in the code that you see on the screen right now. Can you see it right now? Or is it
Wala
not yet
pa.
shared? Wala
It's not
pa.
yet there.
Oo. Kasi nga baka mamaya pa natin papakita. Pero guys, what's going to happen is you are going to vote. You have to show your support sa ating dalawang delegates, di
Yes.
ba? Kasi first episode to, I'm gonna share again the um, link later, but you'll have to go to menti.com and vote for either if you're Paranaque for the win or Talisay City is the one. Ayan siya. Nakikita
There you
ni
go.
Eman ang Menti.
Mentimeter.
Yes, there you
The
go. And I'm going
Mentimeter.
to share the link after we have introduced our guests. Right, Mark?
Yes. Thank you so much, Nonay. I think nasabi na ni Nonay who our special guests are. So I hope you are ready because again, it was mentioned this is our pilot episode. So we would like to call the entire Philippines to support our beautiful delegates. I called on Team Philippines. Let me now call on these two beautiful ladies, Team Paranaque and Team Talisay City. Let's get to know them and make some noise for these beautiful, beautiful ladies.
Dapat energetic pa rin kahit gabi na.
Yes.
Yeah.
Energy. Let me call on first to say hi to you. Please say hi to Naelah.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Do I just say hi lang? Hi, guys.
For
I'm
now.
your Miss
Introduce yourself
Paranaque
any
City.
way you want it.
Is that... Wait, what? What did you say? Sorry.
You may introduce yourself or say hi to everyone. Engage with us.
Hi, guys. My name is Naelah Alshorbaji. I'm your Miss... Let's do this. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much, Naelah. Let me now call on Mia.
Hi everyone, Maayong gabi. I hope you're all doing well. My name is Mia Jane Salisbury. I'm 21 years old and I'm very, very proud to be representing Talisay City, Cebu. Thank you all. I can't wait to hear all your questions and everything tonight. So please hope engage with all of our content tonight.
All right. Thank you so much, Naelah and Mia. Let me now hear it from our fans. Let's see who is here. Let's see who's engaging. I think I'm turning
So
over in
many
the
people are
meantime to
already here.
Nonoy.
Maybe, Eman, you can read the first batch of our fan comments para naman makita ng ating queen sino ang
Yes.
sumusupport.
Oh. Yes. So we have here with us right now, we have Antoinette Cagayan says, "Go Naelah." Yeah. And Gab Galvez is here. Gab Galvez of Miss Earth Beauties has been waiting for this, sabi niya, di ba? Good
Hi,
evening,
Gab.
MEC. Hi, Gab. Welcome.
Hi,
Welcome. Thank you
guys.
very much for
I
being
remember you
with
from
us.
last.
Hello, Gab. And Lorraine Aguila is here. And then we also
Hi,
have Go Naelah. And
Lorraine.
then Antoinette says, "Good evening to everyone." Okay. And then Linel Valenciano says, "Hi, Lindsay." Ano
Yeah,
yun?
see Lindsay, she's watching right now.
Ah,
The Miss
oo, si
Earth
Lindsay.
2020.
Oo.
Oh, Lindsay.
Yes. Oh, Lindsay's watching with
Hi,
us tonight.
Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay.
Wow. Hi, Queen. We miss you.
Queen Lindsay's with us right now. Yeah, she can't miss the first episode for the world, right? And then we have hi, thank you Gab for saying hi, and
Watching an
good
hour.
evening men of MEC, sabi ng ating graphic design head Charlben Pass. And then we also have Remer, also our managing editor for Miss Earth Crown, is saying hello. Oh, the Miss Earth Crown team is here with us. Miss you daw, sabi ni Linel. Miss na raw niya tayo. We miss you too, Linel. Welcome back to the Miss Earth season, diba? And of course, Natalie says, "Hello, Sir Noy, Sir Mark, and Eman. Watching here at Damam, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia." Hello,
Wow.
Natalie.
Ooh, I was
And
Nakarating na
born in
tayo doon.
Saudi.
oo naman, syempre, tayo pa Miss Earth Crown pa. And of course, meron tayong bumabati ngayon na alam kong kilalang kilala at mahal na mahal nating lahat. Sabi niya, "Hi,
Mm.
Marky, Noy, and Eman." Sabi ni Tito Rogel
Hi, Tito
Flores.
Hi,
Roger.
Tito.
guys.
Present.
Thank you very much for being with us. Ayan, maraming salamat. Ayan. Si Wilson. Welcome back, Wilson. Ang ating avid earthling na si Wilson Bruzon Urios ay nandito ulit. At syempre, kasama din natin si Mars France. Mars
Hello.
France!
Mars!
Hello! So many
Ang
people are
daming
here right now.
fans. I'm so
We're going
happy.
to read
Yes.
more comments later, and we have so many viewers right now, and we're so happy that you guys are here with us. So welcome back, welcome back. Yun, Noy. Mark, back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. Keep the love coming. So, would like to hear you. Please interact with us. We'll read you. We'll read your comments. Say hi to you. And speaking of interaction, okay, I don't know if it's already working. Noy, is the Menti link working?
Yeah, actually, I'm working on it for a little bit lang. But after we have our first solo interview, like solo spot for our very first guest here, I'm going to try to share the link. But again, it's going to be a sort of your engagement activity for tonight's interview, right, Mark?
All right, sure. We'll look forward to that then. So I guess it's time to get to know our beautiful delegates. Okay, so
I'm so
we'll have their
excited.
one-on-one session with this beautiful and intelligent men, MEN. Okay, so I'm not referring to myself. I'm referring to Eman or no. All right, so
Yung
let me turn you
totoo.
over
Charot.
to Eman.
Wait lang, alam mo, we have to tell them why there's men. Ayan, sige. So
Bakit
kami
nga ba,
muna
men?
kami
Paki-explain
muna
niya
ni
MEN.
kami muna ni Naelah ang mag-uusap ngayon, ano. So, thank you very. We'll see you again in a bit. Mia and Marky, ayan, mag-off cam muna sila. Uy, oh my
Hi,
God, parang
guys.
kinabahan ako, Naelah, nung tayong dalawa na lang nasa screen. Explain. Kaya siya Men of MEC kasi nga it's that MEN stands for Mark, Eman, and Noy. Kaya MEN, di ba?
Men of MAC. I love
Right?
that. I
Napaka-witty
love
ng
that.
ating managing editor na si yan. So Naelah, of course, we are here tonight to kick off our series of interviews with the Miss Philippines Earth candidates, and we are so blessed that you are our first interviewee for this season. And we'd like to know, and the fans would like to know also, who is Naelah, right? Who is Naelah? So you are touted as one of the front runners as early as now to be one of the front runners for the crown of Miss Philippines Earth 2021. But tell us, before being put in the MPE limelight, what have you been doing before this? Ano bang pinakakaabalahan niyo ngayon?
So, before joining Miss Earth, I'm a professional model. I actually started working in real estate recently for VCDC. And I just got my certification to become a meditation instructor. So I'll be doing that as well. So for my profession, that's basically it. But for other things, I like doing a lot of sports. I like trying anything new, anything interesting. I'm most likely gonna do that.
Yeah, of course. We already know a bit of a background about you, but tell us, is this your first major national pageant?
Yes, actually, I've never joined a national pageant before. I mean, I've joined Miss Manila, won fourth runner-up, and then represented Paranaque and won the pageant in 2019. So this is new grounds for me, especially that it's an online pageant, so it's super different.
That is true. It's super duper different. Actually, Earthlings, before we went live, you were talking about the kind of experience that they're having right now. And before that, ayan, may mga nag-greetin sa atin, Angie Salisbury, saying, "Hi guys, watching from Australia. Your mom and
Hi,
dad here."
Tita!
Oh, hey, hi. There you go. There you go. So a lot of support. We're having a lot of support right now. There you go. So you were mentioning about your career and then what you've been busy do before this, and you mentioned that this is a different experience for you because you have joined a live pageant before, although not on a national level, but still. Whether it's Miss Manila or Miss Philippines Earth, it's actually the same kind of experience, the same kind of proceedings, the same kind of system when it's a live pageant. But now
Yeah.
that it's a virtual pageant, what's the difference that you're experiencing right now? Tell us more about it. You've been telling that to us backstage, but let's tell the Earthlings about it.
Well, the difference is it's sad that I can't get to meet all the other delegates because when you join when you join a regular pageant, one of the most interesting thing is communicating with all these people from walks of life, and they're all empowered women. So it's just one of the things that you want to do. So I'm afraid we're not allowed to do
That's
that right
true.
now, but it's an interesting
Mm-hmm.
experience. It's a lot more difficult than other pageants, but I feel like if we could do this pageant, we can do a lot more pageants.
That's true. That's true because like I think you've mentioned that if it's a live pageant, you have a certain focus. Your focus is like really you're narrower, but here you have to attend to every single aspect of your performance. Tell us about that.
I was saying to you guys backstage, it's kind of like becoming the director, the stylist, and the model of a movie or something like that. It's exactly like
That
that
is
because
true.
you don't have to worry about just question and answer. You don't just have to worry about your walk and your looks. You have to worry about the location that you're
Right.
going to shoot it. You're going to have to worry about the videographers. So it's different, but it's a nice experience. At least I get to experience it.
Yeah, and you know what? What's nice? What's another nice thing about it is that we get to see these beautifully produced videos that you are preparing for us. So we are so excited for that. Super excited kami na makita yung mga videos
Thank
ninyo.
you.
Before I go to the next question, let me just greet Michelle and Constantino is also with us right now. And, Naelah is really pretty, sabi ni Michelle.
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you. Michelle, welcome back. Welcome back. Miss din namin, Michelle. And now that you're thrust into the Miss Philippines Earth limelight, what aspect of all the experiences that you've been doing, or all the jobs that you've been doing, what are you bringing to the game from all of those? Because you're, like what aspect or lesson from meditation will you be able to bring from your real estate career? Ano yung lesson from them na kaya mong sabihin na, oops, I can bring it to the Miss Philippines Earth game because this is going to make me win?
Well, one of the things is that I do a variety of options, which means I'm flexible. So not only do I do
Mm-hmm.
modeling or real estate or meditation. I feel like since this is a different ball game, we're not really used to this. This is not this doesn't happen every single year, and it doesn't happen to all pageants. So we need a little more flexibility. So having all these
Mm-hmm.
different genres I'll consider it genres, all of these different genres that I'm into makes me a bit more flexible, and that is an add-on towards myself, I think.
Yeah,
Not to toot
definitely,
my own
definitely.
horn.
No, 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 no. That's not. Um, it's actually true that being flexible is something that's much needed in pageantry, especially in this type of setting that we're having right now, Yon. But then, of course, Miss Philippines Earth is not only unique this year because it's going to be virtual once again, but also because it's advocacy. It's really advocacy heavy and advocacy focused. So, in terms of your advocacy as a Miss Philippines Earth candidate, what are you bringing to the Miss Philippines Earth? What is your advocacy, and how are you going to fulfill it during your time on Miss Philippines Earth?
So when I won Miss Paranaque back in 2019, I actually brought up this advocacy, which is turning plastic into quality materials.
Mm-hmm.
So there are certain machines that can take those hard type plastic and
Right.
turn them into tables, chairs. And I was suggesting this to my barangay, and I wanted to start it as a small project. I believe that every single barangay should have this, so that
Mm-hmm.
if they have barangay needs, they can just make a mold and fulfill that needs, which also gives jobs to people, and it also saves the planet. So I can't seem to think why it shouldn't work. I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
can put it for public schools, you can make furniture, you can give jobs, and you can save the planet. So, sorry. So that's the advocacy that I've been trying to push, and I truly, solely believe that it's necessary.
I believe so too. And you know what? It's very unique because it's my first time. Although we know about the material, it's our first time to hear a Miss Philippines Earth candidate actually bringing that advocacy to the pageant. So it's I think as far as I know and remember. So it's a very unique advocacy. There you go. And but as advocacies go, you need to rally the support of people. For this advocacy, who do you think should be? Who are the stakeholders that can help you in this advocacy? Whose support are you rallying?
Well, obviously, I would want the support of barangays and cities as much as possible, because they're the ones who are going to have to invest in this. This is an investment, but it's something that they can get their money back on, because you can make products and even sell
That's
it.
true. That's true.
So I'm targeting the barangays as much as possible. I feel like every single barangay should have it, and if they do, then we'll have one step closer to becoming a brighter future and a greener future.
That is
So
true.
yeah, that's what.
Greener.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like if you think about it, there's a lot of people advocating on single waste plastic. We
Right.
should stop single waste plastic. But what about the plastic that's currently in circulation? What are we gonna do about that? That's a really
Right.
important thing. Because when I started segregating my waste, I looked at my plastic waste and I'm like, oh my God, this is one person. This is just me. How about times millions of people?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not sustainable. So this is a way where we can have a little closed loop. So plastic into product, and then
That
that
is true.
product can be melted, turned into another product.
Another product.
Yeah.
Yes. So you're not wasting you're upcycling, recycling, and reproducing.
Yep.
That's amazing. I love how you made it wider, not only single use plastics but other plastics in circulation. And it's very important to note that although the barangay must invest on this, but it also has a return to them, which can help the barangay and the barangay residents economically. Wow, thank you
It
very
is
much.
essential.
Ayan. We are so excited. I'm really pumped right now because it's been a while since I've interviewed a Miss Philippines Earth candidate, and ikaw pa lang, sayo pa lang, your advocacy is already solid. The game that you're bringing to the pageant is already solid. So we're excited for your journey ahead for Miss Philippines Earth 2021. Ayan, meron
Oh
po ba
my
kayong mga
God, Emma.
grabe, 'di ba no? Oo. Alam ganito kasi kami dito sa Miss Philippines Earth, like parang like whenever we meet the girls and we interview them, their journey becomes ours, and their passion becomes ours, and their nervousness becomes ours too. Sa totoo lang. So we're really excited and really excited for you. Meron po ba kayong mga tanong diyan, mga Earthlings? Do we have sabi ni Linel, let me just look at the comments right now. Sabi ni ang gaganda nila, sabi ni ng aming editor in chief. Yan. Si Tristan. Sabi naman ni Linel, ni Antoinette, love your advocacy. And then sabi ni Mark Kabulag, welcome back daw, MEC. Thank you. And then sabi ni Linel, koronahan na yan. Diba? Sabi, and beauty, beautiful, purposeful beauty. We are going to get to know more about Naelah later on. But for now, I will turn you over naman to Mark, okay? For our next candidate for this evening. Ayan, mag-off cam muna kami ni Naelah. Yan, Mark, it's
Okay.
ikaw na. Kayo na ni Nonoy. Tama ba? Ikaw. Yes, thank you.
Thank you
Enjoy,
so much,
guys.
Eman and Naelah. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'll talk to you later once again. So we had a chance to get to know Naelah. So let me now call on my next partner, Nonoy, to interview Mia. Hi, Nonoy and Mia.
Hi.
Okay, so I think None is about to get in, but hello, Mia. Hi.
Hi, good evening. How
Good
are
evening.
you?
I'm good. How are you? It's actually we're very excited to get to know you more. While we're waiting for None, I just have a question for you. This is a
Of course.
virtual pageant. It's your atypical pageant. Okay, so
Mhm.
as compared to actually going to a physical pageant, how how do I put it? How different and how strenuous is it to prepare for a virtual pageant versus a physical pageant? Because backstage you were sharing to us, you're
Yeah,
actually using
we
your
were
skills,
talking
you're
about
using your background more. How is it?
Yeah. Well, in my case, I felt like it was almost as an advantage because I do have a background in film. I went to film school, and just after a year of graduating, I did have the opportunity to co-write a script that was accepted into Cinemalaya, and then so forth. And we even shot during the pandemic. So I'm very well versed with the protocols that are put in that are very strict when it comes to filming during the pandemic. So of course, we do have a lot of visual videos that we have to put forward. So I feel really happy right now to just be in Talisay. And, because this is where my film career started. This is where all of my schoolmates are from, where all of my friends in the industry are from as well. So it's been kind of refreshing to, get to work with the people that I went to school with and have that opportunity to have them alongside with me in this journey. So for me, it's been good because it's definitely been a challenge to use my skills again as a filmmaker.
Wow, thank you. So it's like the pageant is not just highlighting, of course, your advocacy, it's also highlighting your
Yes.
skills. It's a good
Your
thing.
creativity, diba?
Yes, the creativity, like what you said, yeah,
Very.
you have a background and you had a chance to write scripts, and in this pageant it's like you're the director, the writer, everything.
Totoo. Yes, actually po. So it's a very fun and challenging experience. So, and I'm always up for a challenge. So this pageant has definitely really challenged me to extract all of my creative juices and really go hard with my content. So I'm very
Cool.
thankful for that.
Before we move on, may nakita kong comment coming from the fans kanina. Charlvin Pass said, Mia looks like Carla Henry. Mm.
Mother Earth.
That's Mother Earth.
Yes, I
Okay.
just saw her. I just saw her actually the other day because we were going to the 1 year anniversary of our beloved Mommy Jonas Borges, who passed away. He was the head of KF Cebu. So it was really what he would have wanted. He would have wanted a celebration of life and all of his mga inaanak to come together
Mm-mm-mm.
and, share stories about his life. So I was very thankful to get a few words of wisdoms from him, from all of my mommies there, from Ate
Mm-mm.
Carla, and even all the other fellow beauty queens were also there. So
Yeah, that's good to hear. And you know what,
love
Mia,
her.
you're learning from the best. You're learning from the best, so please listen to the
Yes,
best.
Correct.
my
Cool.
ears are open.
Totoo yan.
Okay, so let me now turn you over to your
Oh,
real interviewer,
actually,
Nonoy.
Mark, don't leave
Yes.
na. Let's have like a
Okay.
great discussion here. Since I was listening a while ago, para mas madaldal tayong lahat hanggang alas 12 tayo ng gabi dito. Ganon.
Yeah.
Pero, yeah, di ba? Pero speaking of being in Cebu and whatnot, I mean, I think it's really challenging knowing that all of the activities parang yung central is here in Manila.
Yes, po.
How are you preparing naman psychologically and mentally with yung pressures? Actually kasi na-share din sa amin ng ibang mga candidates last year na iba yung mental pressure. Na parang they are
Actually.
not You're not prepared for this. I mean, no one was prepared for this. How are you like psyching yourself into the stuff that you're supposed to be doing for
Well,
Miss Philippines
usually,
Earth?
di ba po, we're not used to, having so much control over our content.
Correct.
We really just show up to the venue, we get our hair and makeup done, our costumes are already there from our handler. But this year, I feel like this pageant has really encouraged the girls to be more independent and have more control about not only themselves, but about their own branding as well. So, how I was able to kind of hype myself and get myself together was actually like I felt like I almost lost myself in it because I was
Mm,
letting the pressure get to me. And I've been the biggest advocate for mental health because years and years and years ago, I was
correct.
diagnosed with depression and anxiety, and I was suicidal at one point. So I completely caught myself when I was
Mm-hmm.
starting to doubt myself, when I was starting to let the pressure seep into me. So,
Yeah.
my partner sat me down and he was like, this is you. This is your background. This is
Mm.
your strength, and you're letting it be your weakness. You have to go
Wow.
in there, not necessarily put your beauty queen crown on, but you have to
Mm-hmm.
put your producing hat on. You have to put your assistant director hat on, your director hat, everything. This is
Yeah,
your time
correct.
to really shine. So parang that's when I was like, you know what, you're right. I really just need to take initiative. And I did. And I felt like that
Yeah.
really showed as well during my sports competition earlier.
You,
So
yeah. That's actually my next question. Pero ano lang, let me like point this out. I didn't know that your advocacy was on the mental health. I didn't know when I asked that
parang
question.
past advocacy ko din. That was
Oh
my very
yeah.
first
Oh,
advocacy
oh.
when I was starting beauty pageants, and something that
Oh.
I've kept like very openly on my social media. But alam mo naman yung may ibang
Correct.
advocacy na binibring ko to the stage for Miss Earth Philippines din po.
Parang na-share din to ni Gianna. Of course, you know Gianna Lianes, our
Yes,
reigning
I
Miss
love
Philippines
her.
Water. Kasi na-share din niya during one of the talks
Mhm.
na I had collaborated with her na parang iba kasi yung pressure if you are like a public figure and then
Totoo.
you're working with something like a brand new
Mm.
like scene like a virtual pageant, parang yung microscopic like observation and scrutiny of
Yes
people
po.
mas ano talaga mas intense this time around because you are seen online all of the time.
All
So
of the time.
yeah, so speaking of like being seen like online, one of your recent like outings online, so to say, was your sportswear competition. Share mo
Yes.
naman sa amin because I watched that a little bit. Ano yung concept doon? Because you mentioned that you're a filmmaker. May ano ba, meron bang crazy creative stuff na pumasok kaya yun yung parang naisip mo doon? Kamusta naman yun?
Okay lang naman po. Kasi alam niyo naman po sir na galing talaga ako sa boxing. I've actually been boxing.
Mm.
And yun yung sport na showcase ko. I've been boxing for almost 3 years now. Just as a hobby, nothing too
Mm.
serious. I've had a few sparring sessions, but nothing too serious. So parang yung iniisip ko is that I was trying to look at it as a very unique perspective in a sense
Mm.
where, okay, I understand that most of these girls or most of the candidates are going to, follow the route where we were guided in a sense like this is what you have to do. You pose, you walk with your given choice of sport. Pero
Correct.
I really had to approach it na parang out of the box, diba? So I was like, okay. And diba, yung film that I was working on was also a boxing film for Cinemalaya. I co-produced
Ah.
it and was the assistant director and co-writer. So parang alam ko din through our years of research how boxing really works. So parang I started off the video na parang nag-jog, tapos nagsiskip rope, nag-shadow boxing, putting on the hand.
Mm.
So I kind of made it into a little story, and
Yeah.
I was very proud to also, showcase na parang, kahit ganito ako, I can be very rough and rugged when I
Mhm,
talk
mhm.
sport. Na
At
parang,
talagang nahalata yung ano mo ha, talagang kapag creative person ka, talagang creative ka, hindi talaga mawawala yung ano, for example, I want it manifested in anything that I do right now. So parang you're
yes,
able to like tell that same story in Miss Philippines Earth. Now
yes,
speaking of like boxing, of course, like fighting and being in a quote unquote a battle. Ano naman ang iyong advocacy na pinaglalaban mo this time around as a candidate to Miss Philippines Earth? Maybe now you can tell us a little bit of what are you aiming to accomplish with the title if ever you are given the great opportunity to be crowned as Miss Philippines Earth 2021?
Thank you for allowing me to have the opportunity to speak about my
Of course.
advocacy.
Yes.
But my advocacy is something that I call mindful waste management. And
Mm.
originally, my spark for managing waste really came from learning about the zero waste lifestyle. But I also had to realize that I don't think that it's sustainable or realistic to ask every single individual Filipino household to go completely zero waste. We don't have really the time or the resources to do that. So something that I incorporated was just teaching my audience to be very mindful with what waste they have. Whether you
Mm.
start by opening your fridge and seeing what is your food waste. You know what?
Mm.
Alam mo naman yan, yung mga lettuce sa baba, yung mga
Diyos ko!
gulay that are
Horror kapag
rotting
tinignan mo
away.
ang ref.
Guilty tayong lahat yan. And that's the first step is, of course, managing your consumption. So whether that comes to your food or whether you take a look at the businesses you're supporting and the way that they ship. Are they eco-friendly? Do they care about the environment? How do they also manage their waste? And then in that aspect as well, I really want to encourage Filipino households all over the world, whether that be abroad or just everyone that's Filipino, to really start thinking about their waste.
Yeah. Alam mo, I agree with that, Mia. Kasi ang mga Filipinos talaga, I don't know if it's a Filipino thing or if it's like it happens in other cultures. Ang hilig natin mag-store ng food inside the fridge even if you don't want to eat it anymore. Parang we feel so guilty through, like, I don't know, disposing, giving it to others. Ano sa tingin mo kailangan natin gawin? If it's like a social-cultural thing, what could be your suggestion for that?
For that is to definitely, something that I've found helpful as well is when I'm going out to go grocery shopping, I always make sure that I have a full tummy, and that's a very simple trick. Kasi di ba pagod ka, and you're going through the aisles and you're seeing all of the delicious food, you're thinking, oh, I need this, oh, I need this, oh, I could make this for dinner on Wednesday. But
oh my God.
Groceries. Nakarelate naman tayo yan, di ba? So that's just a simple way, but also in the fact that you can actually start planning out your meals. And even though my advocacy is kind of wide, because it started off with reducing plastic and being able to teach Filipino households to encourage them in a sense where they can do zero waste daily swaps with things that are sustainable and something is realistic, like water bottles, or changing the way that you wash your dishes with a device that can decompose over time. But when it comes to food, it's definitely important to take a step back. Kasi it's different, diba? Each case is going to be definitely different, especially if you're living just by yourself or if you're living with a partner, if you're living with a family. Diba? So all of our consumption is going to be different. It's just a matter of being mindful of what you buy and what you're going to store as well.
Correct. Actually, I read shortly in an article na parang mas marami pang waste ang na-accumulate ng mga single, yung mga nakatira sa condo units, living by yourself actually accumulates more waste compared to having a family, which is of course a problem nowadays.
Yes,
now, maybe of course we have to talk about this a little bit more pa, but then I'm going to do that when our other beautiful guest is with us. But I want to ask this one last question for you for now. Since we're talking about like education, like educating people about their ways and recalibrating their ways to make sure that we do the right thing. For example, someone right now, for example, like a kid is gonna ask you, Miss Mia, why are you joining Miss Philippines Earth? I mean, I don't understand it. How do you explain to a kid what you're doing right now, and why is it important for that kid to understand what we are doing right now at an early age?
Well, I've always been such a firm believer that our youth and the children are really our future, diba? And I feel like kahit overused na beauty queen line yan, it's really, really true. It's important that we take the time to be able to educate our children and also work towards getting them a sustainable education where they can also use that learning and apply that into their own life. Because something that I've actually noticed coming back home is that a lot of the time the kids are the ones that are making the more responsible decisions. And I've seen them, I've seen my cousins tell off their parents or their other cousins like, plastic, huwag kayong magamit ng plastic, or they're being more responsible. And children are really so much more capable than we lead them on to realize about. You know what I mean? So I don't think that just because someone is young that we should be withholding all this knowledge from them, because a lot of the time someone who's younger can make a lot more responsible decisions than someone who is, per se, 60 years old. It's about what you do with that knowledge that matters.
Oh my God. Guys,
Diba?
sa comment section, if you are, my God, I'm loving the conversations tonight. You have to like make some noise in the comment section because we have two great guests for our first episode for Miss Earth Crown's coverage of Miss Philippines Earth. Palakpakan naman natin, virtual applause.
Virtual applause.
Si Mia. Ano, Mark,
Thank
Eman,
you.
kamusta naman ang ating first two guests? My God.
Uwi na.
Ayan, wala pala akong mic.
And maybe we can invite back si Naelah. Naelah, are you there?
Yes. Pero grabe, the comment section, sumasabog ang comment section. And there are people who are supporting our beautiful queens. Let me be good quick. Let me give a big shout out to Angie Quijano Salisbury, sending love from Australia, Anak. I think this is for Mia. Okay. And also from Gab Gaves, hello Mia. From Linnell, Kaya yan, Naelah. Right? And we also have a question. Maybe this is an interesting question. I saw this in the comment section. Aside from Paranaque and Talisay, ito yung tanong. Kung pipiliin kayo kung yung location or lugar around the Philippines, of course, aside from Talisay and Paranaque, that would represent your personality, what would it be? Yan. Interesting, right? Any location now in the Philippines that will represent your personality, what would it be? Anyone would like to start?
That's a good question.
Kasama ba
So
kami?
anyone?
Charot, joke lang.
That question is from Antoinette Gakaya. Hi, Antoinette. So siguro, I'd like, Mia, would you like to share yours first?
Okay, sure. I feel like a really great place to represent, since I've also had experience living there, would actually be Manila. Because although it's not the first thing that comes to mind when we think about ecotourism, it's a place where we can also make one of the biggest impacts. If we can impact the lives of the people and educate them about the way that they can be mindful, whether it comes to their CO2 emissions and the emissions that they're making, I feel like that could be a very great and challenging place to be able to represent. Diba? Kasi it's our capital of the Philippines, and that is a very populated, dense area. So if I'm given the chance to represent a place, I feel like Manila would be a wonderful place to represent and hope to be some sort of an influence to the people to constantly think about their waste and the way that they can improve their city little by little.
Wow, that's a good answer, Mia. For Mia, it's Manila. How about you, Naelah?
Is it a city to represent, or how
Any
you relate
place.
to?
Any place. It could be a city, it could be a province. It's up to you.
It to relate to. Is it to relate to, or is it to represent?
Yes. It could be someone, a place that you'd like to represent, which matches your personality.
Well, I would say Kalaraya, because it's a very interesting place. It's
I've
very
been there.
peaceful. You can have a lot of agriculture. There's a lot of fishing there, so you can take care of it. And also because I kiteboard, and I wish I could live there and just kiteboard every single day if I could.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So for Naelah, it's Kaliraya. All right. Thank you. Okay. So let's hear more from our fans. Thank you so much. From Ping Ventura, according to Ping, Naelah, ano ba? Ba't ang ganda mo? Kahit walang pahinga. Yan. So, comment from
you
King
po.
Ventura. From Antoinette Gakayan, ang tatalino nyo. Okay. And Gab Galvez is asking Mia to sing. Mia,
Sing?
can you sing a song or that song?
Oh my God, hindi
Sing?
ako singer. Hindi
Eh baka
ako.
kaya pinapakanta. Gab, anong
Ba't
meron?
pinapakantaan yun?
Tapos
Wala.
meron pang sing that song. Parang
Sing
merong
that,
ano.
that
may that
song.
song. May specific song.
May
Mia.
that song. There's a
Meron ka bang
song in
go-to?
mind.
Parang may specific song.
Nana knows that I am not a singer.
Okay, Gab. So, fake news daw yun. Ano ba?
Gab, anong kanta yon?
Gab, ano yan? Anong pinapakanta mo? Ikaw talaga. All right. And there's a question coming from Linnell. Let me read that one on the screen. The winner of Miss Philippines Earth will be, in a
Yeah,
big sense, a spokesperson for Mother Earth, because Mother Earth cannot really speak for herself. What will be, as a spokesperson for Mother Earth, what will be your message to your generation? What will be your message to your generation?
It's a really great question.
That is a really
Who's
good
gonna
question.
start?
Kayo lang yung pumili. I'm just waiting lang.
Maybe this actually group we could start with Naelah.
Yes.
Okay, so my message to the generation will be short. It would be that Mother Earth took care of us growing up. She gave us everything that we needed, gave us a home, and was ever caring. And as her children, we should make sure that we take care of her when she needs it the most, which is right now. So moving forward, we should become more environmentally aware and also make sure that she's becoming well and taken care of. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love that.
Wow,
I love
it's a good answer. Good answer. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Naelah. How about you, Mia?
Mia.
If I were to give a message to our generation, if I was being the spokesperson of Mother Earth, I would say that there's still time, there's still hope. A lot of time limits are put on us right now to be able to not reach irreversible effects when it comes to whether it's global warming, whether it's climate change. So there's still hope. I just need your action, your will to want to make a change and to want to be able to save me. And in that, I'll be able to save you too.
Wow, I love that. Save me so I can
Save
save you.
them.
Love that. Love that. Cool, cool. Thank you. See, guys, we have amazing, amazing representatives here. So maybe we could hear your love in the comment section. Comment section. And let me ask first, Nanay, is the Menti activity or Menti link already available?
Of course not, because of the internet. But, di ba? Candid lang. But of course, to all of our fans, hindi ako nakikita sa screen, no? To all of our fans, please naman show some love for our delegates kasi this is our very first episode. Maybe you can do your shout outs now because in a little bit we are going to start with our main challenge for tonight. Hindi pa pala yung main challenge, no? Marami na tayong narinig and nakuhang insights from our delegates for tonight. So again, feel free to interact in the comment section because we're gonna start in a little bit with our main event. What's the main event, Mark Lee?
Yes, and our main event is called the Queen to Queen Challenge. Wow, Queen to Queen Challenge. So, both candidates actually prior to the start of this interview were already given a topic ahead of time. Of course, we'd like them to really prepare because your Queen to Queen Challenge is also known as your informal debate, sort of an informal debate, and we chose a specific topic, which is what we call something that's trending or something that's relatable to everyone, meaning pinag-uusapan talaga. So, what will happen is they will be given, by the way, we have a roulette. Yes, meron tayong roulette, no? So, we have a roulette, and that roulette will show, number one, who will go first, who will speak first, and next, which side they are supposed to be on. So, yun yung two topics. So, our candidates already know the topic, pero hindi nila alam who will go first, and anong part or kung part ba siya ng pro ba siya or con ba? So, yun. So, yun yung hindi nila alam. So, surprise yun. Okay, but I hope and I'm pretty sure Mia and Naelah are prepared. Are you both ready, Mia and Naelah?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So they are ready. And by the way, each statement or rebuttal will be given 15 to 30 seconds. And initially, we're just looking at just 2 rounds, but it will really depend on how substantial or how fruitful ng discussion natin. So don't worry. So this is a friendly debate and an informal debate. Okay, so there will be no winners. There will be no non-winners as well. But please, just a reminder that the opinions and thoughts of our guests, our queens, and the host as well does not reflect the stand, opinions, and thoughts of the MEC management. And let's also be respectful of other people's thoughts and opinions. And to our fans, please show your love and feel free to write down your opinions as well in the comment section, in the chat box below, and we will read your opinion and your comments in live while we're having and doing this debate. But before we do that, maybe we could start now with the topic. So Noy, will you show the topic? Is the slide ready?
Okay. So let me just try to flash it. If I can't flash it, I'm just going to type it in the chat. Okay?
Okay.
But Mark, maybe just like a primer lang para lang alam din ng ating mga fans. Ano ba yung pag-uusapan natin for tonight? I'm gonna try to flash it now.
Yes, of course. Our topic, since we are all in the pandemic, okay, the topic really, and it's a good thing now we are in the stage of the pandemic wherein we will be given a chance to have at least a vaccine. Okay, so the topic would be, this is vaccine critical, COVID-19 vaccine, brand preference. Would you go for brand preference or would you go for what's available? Okay, so yun yung topic. So again, it's vaccine critical, COVID-19 vaccine. Would you go for brand preference or would you go for what's available? So that is the topic. So after finding the COVID-19 vaccine brand for their local government, so we have already procured a lot of different vaccines with different types as well as brands. So Filipinos now are kind of polarized, okay, very recently, because there are people who are claiming or are saying that since we are in a democratic country, I'd rather prefer the vaccine that I want to use versus a vaccine that is really available for us, okay, that is provided by our local government units. So the next question is, sino mauun magsalita and who would be assigned the specific topic? So Noy, is our Roletta available already? Because I think Mia and Naelah are ready as well.
Drum roll.
Kailangan nating mag-improvise, di ba? Dahil ang internet in the Philippines is so unpredictable. Right. So, dahil tayo ay mahal natin ang Mother Earth, we're going to recycle some pieces of paper para sa ating ruleta. Nakakatawa naman, di ba? Drolasa lang tayo. So, what I'm going to ask is, I'm gonna ask si Mia and Naelah to choose a number between 1 and 2, and that's going to reveal who's going to speak first and give her statement first. Okay? Pero yung 1 and 2, hindi natin alam kung 1 at 2 ba talaga yun. So, you will have to make a decision na feeling mo ay tama. Okay? So, I'm gonna ask first, sige, since si Naelah, ano ang pinipili mo? 1 or 2?
1.
Siyempre, 2 na si Mia. Instantly, no?
Of course.
Okay. Dahil ang number 1 has the star, okay? It means, napakapangit, no, ng ginawa nating ruleta. Pero, number 1, it means that si Naelah is going to be the first who's going to give her statement. Okay?
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Yes,
this.
going to giving your statement. Okay? So that's going to be the rule. And this time, Mark, we have to decide kung sino naman ang to choose sa kanila ng preference nila ng topic or side na kanilang i-defend. Okay?
Okay, so we'll choose.
Yes.
Okay, so let me choose since Mia will start. Mia, would you please defend the stand of you go for vaccine brand preference?
Vaccine brand preference. Okay. All right. So I will start po or will Naelah?
Yes, you may start.
Okay. All right. Just when I'm ready or go na po?
Go.
Okay. So I feel like it's very important for us to make informed decisions when it comes to choosing our vaccine, especially when it comes to certain different health preferences, whether it comes to age or whether it comes to allergies. Those are one of the most important things to take into account.
All right. So I think that's a very good opening statement. Let me now hear, thank you so much. Let me now hear the thoughts of Naelah. And Naelah I should go for vaccine that's available for LGU. Opening statement, please. You may start.
So the vaccine that is available for basically everybody currently, right?
Yes, yes.
So since that we're in the midst of a pandemic, we're trying to find faster solutions. So I believe getting any vaccination that's ready available for you is essential, especially right now. So moving forward, I think that yeah, it's a good idea to just use what is available and see if the economy will move forward that way. And getting vaccinated will help protect everybody around us, so we need to be empathetic towards that. So yeah.
That's a very good stand. So according to Mia, let me start with Mia. Mia said, just to sum that up, it's important that they will be given a chance to choose because it will really depend on how they will react to the vaccine.
Yes.
But Naelah said that we want to jumpstart our economy, therefore we have to start getting those vaccines that's already available. So Mia, I'd like to hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts about what Naelah said?
I totally believe that getting vaccinated is definitely a social responsibility. It's something that we are all supposed to get as a society altogether. But it's important to take into account, again, people with allergies or health issues when it comes to certain types of vaccines. If they are in that health group and that vaccine is not readily available to them, then they should also have the opportunity to stand aside and wait for that while taking preventative measures, of course, being extra careful with their health, face shield, face mask, constantly washing your hands, and just making sure that they themselves are keeping safe until a vaccine that is preferable to their current situation or their health is readily available.
You know what? Mia has a point. I think what Mia is trying to say here is there's no such thing as a one-size-fits-all vaccine. It will really depend on what will fit you. But what can you say about that, Naelah?
Well, if we have a choice to choose our vaccines, definitely we would want to do that. But with the situation that we're given right now, it's an urgency to make sure that we can do it as much as possible. Because from what I heard, we need to have 70% of the population ASAP to have it, so that we could decrease the amount of people with COVID, so that we can protect each other. So if we keep choosing the vaccines, it kind of would prolong, the action of trying to get vaccinated. But if you just have, okay, everybody gets what they can get, at least we can move faster.
Thank you so much, Naelah. I think what Naelah is trying to say is it's the level of criticality. We need to have the herd immunity. So what can you say about that, Mia?
If we need the 70% to be vaccinated to achieve herd immunity, then I think that remaining 30% should be people with certain health causes that really could potentially be putting their lives at stake if they get a vaccine that contains allergens, that they could possibly have the risk of their life. So if we can achieve herd immunity completely with 70%, that are people that are willing to get vaccinated, that are super excited to get vaccinated and move forward with our population, then we should give that little leeway to people who may not be at the right age to get vaccinated or who have health complications.
A very good point mentioned by Mia. She said that 70% should be the ones who are willing to take the vaccine, but 30% the ones who have health issues. What can you say about that, Naelah?
Well, I believe that's a fair statement. Am I supposed to disagree with her on this? Or
it's up to you. We'd just like to hear your thoughts about it.
I think that's a fair statement. I feel like, everybody should take any vaccine that they have, but the people who are a bit ill should be a part of the 30%. So I completely agree with that statement.
Well said. Well said. Let me stop there and let me give you a chance to do your closing statements about your stand. Let me start with Mia.
Okay. So, as I mentioned earlier, getting vaccinated is definitely a social responsibility. If you have the means and you're in great condition, you're encouraged and you're just happy and willing to get vaccinated to not only protect yourselves but to protect others, then I highly encourage you. In fact, tomorrow I'm also getting my very first jab. So, may this be an opportunity for all of you to get vaccinated as well. And for those who do have issues, then it's all right to stand on the side as long as you are taking your preventative measures, taking especially when you're coming to protect yourselves and others from COVID-19.
Thank you so much, Mia. Closing statement for you, Naelah.
I agree with Mia. I feel like getting vaccinated is a social responsibility. Let's lead by example. I'm also getting my vaccination on the 25th this month. I'm quite excited. So if you can do it, let's care about other people. Let's be empathetic and we can help move on from this pandemic, guys. Ang tagal, no? So let's try to do this. Let's move forward, get vaccinated, and have a better life in the future. Thank you, guys.
Wow, 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 wow. A big virtual round of applause to our very intelligent queens. O diba? O diba? O diba? Ang galing. Ang galing. Wala pa, nasira pa yung ruleta natin dyan ha. Nagmano-mano pa tayo. Good job. What can you say, Emma ni Nonoy?
I was just
Grabe,
in
alam mo.
awe.
Yeah, yeah, go. Okay.
No, I was just in awe listening to both of them because both were strong points. They were able to defend their sides properly, and it wasn't just about defending the sides, but we were also informed. We knowledge was added to us, so that was definitely a very fruitful discussion.
Yes, and I think our fans totally agree. Marami lang ako nakikitang comment. May tanong na naman si Gab Galvez para sa'yo, Mia. Saan mo daw nakuha? Ewan ko dito kay Gab. Saan mo daw nakuha yung 70 to 30%? I mean, basically, it's just all about like studying, diba, doing your homework. So, yun ang point natin dito. Ang sabi rin ni Gab Galvez here is, I think, ang sabi niya statement na dito ay, I think, bottom line, kailangan daw talaga magpabakuna. That's, I think, the takeaway.
Good.
Right?
I gusto ko nga yung term that I really like what Mia and Naelah both said, yung term nila, social responsibility. It is a social responsibility to actually take your vaccine and get your vaccine. And here's the thing, I understand, this is true, no? I understand sometimes yung decision natin to take the vaccine na haluan ng politics. And I think we should remove that. Ang maganda naman kasi sa science is very factual. And here's the thing about vaccines. All vaccines work, regardless of the brand. They all work. Okay, the fact that they got approved by the government, they work. So I really salute both Naelah and Mia for being a good example, having their vaccines soon. Okay. I also like to share, I've completed my vaccine. So I've done my social responsibility.
Oh, Emma, ikaw, meron ka na ba? Ako wala
Yes,
pa.
I'm having mine on Thursday.
So ako na lang ang wala. My God.
So Nona, ikaw na lang ang walang CSR.
Okay, I'm going to do it very, very soon. But speaking of like the fans, siguro allow me lang to ask like a question or two for the both of you. Siguro to from Ting Ventura, let me read this question. Do you think stopping plastic pollution, I think na-mention ito kanina nila, Mia and Naelah, and replacing products made from plastic and bioplastic material containing toxic PAH with 100% natural biodegradable organic plant husk waste material containing zero PHAs, can that help climate change? Ang daming mga scientific organic stuff na nilagay dito. Maybe anyone who'd like to answer that question. Ano yung take niyo about like replacing products with yung mga biodegradable materials from like plants or fruits? Anyone?
Like replacing it with materials that are made out of plants, would that help?
Yeah, exactly. That was a question, yes.
Well, if in the lighter sense, I do think that it would help, but in the long run, you were gonna have to think about how you're gonna manufacture these things. You're gonna have to have places where you're gonna have to grow these plants, and that's also gonna be a limited source. So yes, I do believe that it would help, but I'm also trying to think about how it could be a bothersome in the long
Sustainable.
run.
Yeah.
That is
So if we
true.
could solve that, then yeah, it would help. But that's just what I'm thinking.
Makes sense.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
No,
Sige, sige.
I
How about Mia? Yeah.
Yeah, I really agree with Nana because when you think about it, unless we're getting those materials from offset wastage from plantations, whether that be from banana plantations, if they have a tree that dies, or whether it's coconut farms that aren't using their husks anymore, then great. That's a really great way that we can put those materials that would have been waste into something that's productive. But again, that being said, if there is no alternative, or if we're going to have to continue making bigger farms, making bigger resources to just be able to get this on track, it's going to be very difficult to be sustainable, diba? But I believe, we have so many talented scientists and biologists. I definitely think that there's definitely more things that are in the works that are going to be sustainable when it comes to packaging. So hopefully, we can pay attention to these things and brands will be able to invest in something that's not only going to be beneficial to them, because it could possibly be cheaper than plastic, but also be beneficial for the environment. Diba?
There you go. Maraming salamat for that question and for answering. I think we can end the fan questions with this. I think this is the perfect ending to such a great night. Since again, it's all about the competition and of course getting the crown for Miss Philippines Earth 2021. Mark Kabulag is sort of challenging you and like asking for what you're going to do if ever you win the crown. So if you want, one of you will be crowned as Miss Philippines Earth 2021. What will be your first project to your community, and how will you prepare for the upcoming Miss Earth 2021? Maybe we can start now with Mia. What would be your answer for that?
Thank you. Well, of course, I'm already really involved with my community, but I do want to take it a step further if given the chance to be Miss Philippines Earth. I want to do a lot of outreach programs and seminars and use the resources that will be given to me with the title to create and expand my online series, which is Mia's hashtag Mia's Eco Minute, and be able to spread awareness when it comes to being able to sustainably manage your waste and different zero lifestyle waste hacks that you can apply to your life. And the way that I would be preparing to represent our country in Miss Earth is to definitely almost take a step back and be rooted. I need to be able to learn and embrace and really just dive into our culture and all of the environmental issues that we're facing as a country and a community, so that I can try to be a part of the solution to that and also raise awareness for the rest of our country as they stand behind me when I represent the Philippines.
So, mga sagot.
Love that.
My
I love
gosh.
I love you. I'm just
Parang
so
hindi,
happy
parang
to
hindi
be here
gabi.
with Nana, I
My
swear.
God. Okay. What? Of course, Naelah, what would be your answer to this very important question?
Well, the first project that I would do if I were to win Miss Philippines Earth is obviously my advocacy. So I wanted to make sure that every single barangay would have this, exactly what I was telling Iman a while ago. As well as if we could have events and things go back to normal, it's no longer COVID. I would love to do events with children so that we have a kind of, how do I say, like a competition of who can be creative with plastic trash. So it could encourage the youth, and so that I could see their creativity through that. So that they can get educated, like, oh, I could do something with plastic. I could turn it into art. I could make this and that. So that's also a project I would love to do. And as to prepare for Miss Philippines or Miss Earth in general, I would try to talk to all the people and hear what the people need. So when it comes to the environment, I'll look at all the heads and ask them, so what do we need? What is the solution so that we can fight it as a whole, as a community? Because for me, I want to be the vessel of the Philippines. I don't want to be me as myself. So that's how I would represent the Philippines.
Gagaling talaga. Wow.
Grabe.
Halika na,
So,
uwi na tayo.
Oo.
Galing.
So
Gagaling
once
nila.
again to the fans, if you agree that either Mia or Naelah is going to be your next Miss Philippines Earth 2021, you want to hear in the comment section. Everyone, you want to hear you rally your support, because right now, again, this has been a really great night, Mark. No, so I'm gonna turn it back to you. Ano kaya ang ating final word from our ladies for tonight.
Yes, this has been a really great night, very productive, and it's a good thing that we got to know them better. So we wish you well in the competition. And speaking of the competition, and I know that there are people behind you to make you successful, we'll give you your final word to say either thank you to your supporters, give them a heartfelt message, or even invite them to your upcoming Miss Philippines Earth activities. I'd probably start with Naelah.
Hi, everybody. I just want to thank everybody who's supporting me. Honestly, there's a lot of the times where I feel a little worried and I'm scared and I'm insecure, but the fact that I have you guys to back me up is what really gives me strength. And to everybody in Paranaque who's supporting me, I can't believe that I'm representing an entire city. I used to ask myself, what can a little girl do in this great big world? And I'm on this journey just to find out. And I'm terrified, but you guys are really what helps me move forward and be fearless. So thank you so much. I love you all. I wish I could meet everybody. And thank you so much. I wouldn't be here without you guys.
Thank you. Gusto ko yung last statement mo na fearless. Yes, be fearless. Agreed. Thank you, Naelah. Be fearless, ha? Okay, we're here to support you. Thank you, Naelah. Mia.
I am honestly really just overwhelmed with the amount of support I've had, not only from my family, my parents, my family here in Cebu, my aunt, my uncles, and of course Nana, my partner and his family as well that have been supporting me along the journey, but also the city. Again, I can really relate to what Nana said when she said that she has the opportunity to, represent a whole city, and having the opportunity to join so many pageants within Talisay and eventually win the crown for Talisay City, being a Miss Talisay City Tourism, and finally being able to bring my city onto a national stage and hope to inspire change and to inspire hope is just an opportunity that I'm just so thankful for. I also do want to thank my team. Thank you so much, Stacy Lauren of Stacy's Model Management, my makeup artist, Ate Scarlett Tumalon, Ate Alvin, and of course, Mommy Bryce, si Dada, and of course, Tito Raj. We have to thank Tito Raj for all
We
the
love you,
support
Tito.
that he meant. We love you, Tito Raj. All of our KF Familia has been giving us and really training Nana and I and the rest of the girls from KF to really be the best versions of ourselves and really be involved in the pageant. So I'm just so thankful, and I just hope you guys will continue to support me along the journey.
Thank you so much, Mia. What struck me about what you said was inspire and inspire change. Please continue inspiring people to change their ways and help protecting our environment. Thank you. Guys, a big round of applause to both our beautiful representative that has been Naelah Alshorbaji from Paranaque City. And we have Mia Jane Salisbury from Talisay City, Cebu. Wow, I love it. So looking forward to your performance, girls. I really am excited to your journey. But
Thank
but you
you.
know what? As much as we want this to last until 12 midnight, we can't, right? So I
Almost
think this is the
na.
last
So,
part. I'll give now probably to share their last words, either Noy and Eman, to thank our viewers.
yes,
Yes, thank you very much. Mm-mm. Go, Noy.
sige, go.
You first.
Okay, ako na. Okay, back to me. All right. So I'd just like to thank all of the fans for watching our first episode, no, and we are going to have our second episode this Wednesday, and we have Miss Atimonan, all right, as one of our guests, and the other guest is going to be a surprise, pa, because again we're still fixing the schedule, kaya surprise siya. But we're going to have two equally beautiful and smart delegates on Wednesday. This has been a great start, Naelah and Mia. You set the bar really high, so lahat ng mga ating succeeding guests are gonna look at your interview. That's why we're so proud of what you did. Maraming salamat. And di ba, Mark, meron tayong parang pamahiin or parang
Yes.
superstition in Miss Earth Crown. I-share mo sa kanila yung pamahiin natin.
Ang pamahiin natin usually yung mga naunang na-interview or na-volunteer.
Nananalo, seryoso.
Knock on wood.
Palagi.
It happened with
Nananalo.
Nellis. It happened with Lindsay.
With
Are
also
you still here?
with Ano, sino
Nelis.
pa yun? Si Nelis.
Nelis.
At saka si Pongkan.
Pongkan, yeah.
Thank you for having us first.
Yay!
I don't know how to feel now.
So much the pressure.
Fearless. Be fearless. Be fearless, Naelah. Fearless.
Mm-hmm.
Fearless. Okay, never mind.
Thank you so much for that, Noy. Eman.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us with on our first episode. Ayan, meron tayong mga konting challenges today. Pero napakasaya ng episode na to. When there's a very, very good conversation and when you have guests that are fearless and intelligent and willing to give their heart out, the episode will always turn out to be the best. So thank you so much for being with us.
Yay!
Can I have
Thank
a
you so much,
PSA?
Eman.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't forget, guys, Happy Pride Month.
Yes.
It's
It's June. It's Pride Month.
And also, don't
Of course.
forget to drink your water. It's really hot recently. So
It
stay
is. It is so hot. Super, super hot. Keep hydrated. And we'll look forward and hope you also look forward to our future MEC Miss Philippines Earth 2021 Colors of the Earth coverage. This is Marky Gatchalian. And maraming salamat po. It is not yet the end. Please look forward to our future activities and activities of our beautiful delegates. And happy Pride Month and happy Father's Day, guys. Thank
Oh,
you.
happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Thank
Maraming
you.
salamat.
Ano na?
Ang tagal?
Sandali.
Hindi mo pa ini-end.
Wave lang. Practice to girls. For the
Ay,
final
boy.
Practice daw muna.
Grabe internet sa
practice.
Pilipinas.
Bye!